They say the Earth's as flat as a pancake round. Ships just fall when they hit the edge of town. Gravity's a lie, it's just a magic trick. And maps are a scam to make the globe stick. Oh, Flat Earth crew, they've got their maps, pointing at the sky with tinfoil caps, spinning tales that just don't align. But hey, it's the truth, not yours or mine. La da la 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 la. But hey, it's the truth, not yours or mine. Moon's a hologram, they shout with glee, and satellites are fake, it's all CGI you see. The sun's a flashlight in a cosmic dome, and NASA's out there plotting from the space home. Oh, Flat Earth crew, they've got their maps, pointing at the sky with tinfoil caps, spinning tales that just don't align. But hey, it's the truth, not yours or mine. La 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 la. Truth, not yours or mine. What about the seasons, they just shake their heads. It's the government again, keeping us misled. Photos of the earth, now they're photoshopped. It's a grand illusion that will never be stopped. Oh, Flat Earth crew, they've got their maps, pointing at the sky with tinfoil caps, spinning tales that just don't align. But hey, it's the truth, not yours or mine. But hey, it's the truth, not yours or mine. La 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 la. But hey, it's the truth, not yours or mine. La 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 la. But hey, it's the truth, not yours or mine.
I've stumbled across all this information that all the world's scientists haven't. I imagine people are really grateful once they hear what I've got to say. We live on a flat plane. Most people think we're weirdos, but I'm not really like that. I'm more of an open-minded naturist, as it were.
Did you hear that? He's stumbled across loads of information that the scientists haven't got yet. Just like the other flat earthers. This is going to be fucking good. Let's carry on.
So where do you think we are right now?
On planet Earth, which is a globe.
Yeah, Brighton Beach.
Oh, Brighton. Why didn't I know that? Go to Bournemouth. It's more better. Sandy beaches. Look at the fucking state of it.
But more specifically, see, mainstream education will have us believe that we're floating on a spinning ball.
Yeah, because all the evidence points that direction. We have evidence. Maybe look into it.
Moving at 1,000 miles an hour.
Yes, you're not wrong there, but we do rotate at 15 degrees per hour, which is 0.000694 RPM. There you go.
Sound a bit fucking mental.
Yeah, to flat earthers, because flat earthers have personal incredulity.
See, I trust my eyes. I don't need some educated scientist coming along telling me what to think.
Eyes are not measuring tools.
I think my own thoughts. Thank you very much. I've done my research, and why would I take the research of someone else over the research of myself?
Yeah, all right. Calm down, mate. Calm down. We believe the scientists because this is what they do for a living. They get paid to do this. And what are you doing? You're a flat earther who sees things with their eyes and call it flat.
I've had people questioning my credentials, but they don't understand the sort of education I've had.
Yeah, that's homeschooling. That's why you're a flat earther.
My education was special.
Did your mummy teach you flat earth when you were homeschooling?
If you look over there, you can quite clearly see France.
Wait. Hold on a minute. You're telling me you can see France? Show me that again. Oh, yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Stop the cap.
I mean, you've got to really try hard and really want to see it and kind of imagine it's there, but you can see it.
Okay, so if you really want to see it and imagine that it's there, then it's there. You just can't see it? What? Hang on, what?
How long have you been into all of this?
Probably a week.
So about 5-6 years now, Flat Earth in particular. I got into it trying to debunk it.
Yeah, all flat earthers say that. They got into it to debunk it. Dave Weiss did that. And then he created a fake bullshit fucking app that's encrypted, by the way, and releasing all your data to make money. You didn't join to debunk it. You joined Flat Earth because you're a fucking idiot.
And the thing with the Flat Earth is it opens up a lot of other doors, because before you work out whether or not the Earth is actually flat or a globe or whatever you might think it is, you have to know about other conspiracies.
That's bullshit. The biggest conspiracy out there is the Flat Earth.
There's a lot of groundwork to do first. You know, you've kind of got to deny a lot of what you call reality in order to get to Flat Earth. But it was YouTube that really started me off of it.
YouTube started it for all the Flat Earthers.
Like I say, I started off trying to debunk it, and then about 5-6 videos in quick succession, and there was a lot of people who reckon stuff. I was like, that's quite a lot of people. That's more than one hand, and as a rule, if I can't count something on one hand, it's important.
Oh, come on. The Flat Earth is so easy to debunk. You didn't even try to debunk it. You saw one video of YouTube and you said, yes, I'm in. I love Flat Earth. It's my world now. I believe it.
That led me on to memes, which are easily digestible, especially when they're laced with popular culture references. That reminds me of my childhood.
What the fuck is going on here?
From there, it just sort of snowballed, really, into a full-time career and general influencer. Some people have called me a celebrity. I imagine that statistic is going to go up with this, once this is released, wouldn't you say?
Oh, so Flat Earth is your full-time job now? I don't think you're going to be a celebrity after this video is aired. Just saying.
I'm ready for it. You know, I'm sure I'll get people recognise me in the street in a positive way this time. They do now sometimes, but usually it's things like,
"You're so dumb.
You fucking idiot," is what they say to me. And
You are really dumb.
what the fuck are you talking about, mate?
For real."
I don't think you're going to get the attention that you think you're going to get. The fact that you are in Brighton and you are wearing a Manchester United hat, I think you're going to be talk of the town.
So I'm looking forward to the positive side of being a bit of a face about town once this is done.
By all means, if you want to be talk of the town, that's absolutely fine. I would suggest taking that hat off. You're in Brighton.
Are there any YouTubers that stand out in particular for you?
Now, that's a good question. Now, there are some Papa Flurfs in the Flat Earth community, and I'm going to go with David Weiss, Eric Dubay, Nathan Oakley, or Mark Sargent. I reckon he'll name drop one of those, for sure.
Yeah, there was one that he's actually responsible for quite a lot of people waking up.
Now, I think he's talking about Eric Dubay here.
He basically is a yoga teacher in Dubai.
Told you.
You pay a subscription fee to him, and he tells you the Earth's flat. It's a bargain.
You have just been scammed. I would get your money back.
It's a good way for him, I imagine, of funding his cushy lifestyle without having to do any work.
You're absolutely right. He's a con man.
He's one of those people that he was one of the visionaries in it, because he got all the information there ready for us all to have a little look, put it together, swished it round a bit, and here we all are, you know, living our lives like it's golden.
Seriously, get your money back. He is a con man.
Easy experiment that anyone can do, right? On a clear day like this, when the weather's calm, the water's settled, and you can see clearly defined the flat horizon.
Okay then, so if the Earth is flat, why is there a horizon with a crisp line?
Get your hand like that, in this position, otherwise known as the flat position. We're all agreed in this context that it's flat, yeah? So if you just hold up your arm in line with the water line, at no point is there any curvature of the water line behind what you're seeing of your flat arm. And you don't need any equipment for that. That's the sort of science I bring to people. You're welcome.
Listen up, everyone. He's cracked it. The Earth is flat. We've been lied to. The Earth is flat. I can't believe it. I've got to think about my fucking life now.
I've stumbled across all this information that all the world's scientists haven't. Obviously, I consider myself a scientist, but I'm more like alternative science, whereas mainstream scientists like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you're a scientist because of this? My school lied to me.
I don't hate on him as much as some of the others do. You know, I've got a bit of a positive attitude towards what you call conspiracy theories. I mean, most people think we're weirdos that live in basements or hang about in bushes in dark, seedy corners of the world, but I'm not really like that. I'm more of an open-minded naturist, as it were.
Hang on. So you say you're open-minded, but you have not looked into any evidence of the globe Earth. You do this and you think the Earth is flat? You are not open-minded.
It's taken me on a journey, definitely. Seen all sorts of psychedelic things when I've been on psychedelics, of course, but those are the sorts of substances that help you open your mind and see things in a different way.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you take drugs. You turn into flat earthers. You're fucking nuts.
Right, we're here with Professor Dan Albrighton from the University of Sussex. Pleased to meet you, mate. How you doing?
Hello, nice to meet you.
Dan has very kindly invited me to his home, which is it's pretty rare that any of these people let me anywhere near them. So he's a professor from the University of Sussex. He is a well-published scientific author of several bestsellers. Is that right?
Yeah. A few.
Very well respected amongst his peers, as I've been reading. So with that in mind, what makes you think you know more than me about everything?
What did he say?
What sort of question is that? Flat Earth has got right to his head.
All the things you just said.
Yeah, but what does all that mean?
Well, it means I've been studying the universe for all my professional life. I've had my findings and publications extensively scrutinized by my peers, and they've looked for flaws, and the result is that my knowledge is as conclusive as it can get.
Now, this is the difference between dumb people and intelligent people. He says a lot of shit and a lot of nonsense about the Earth being flat just by doing this and claiming that's the flat Earth.
But have you done your own research?
What?
Yes, he has done his own research.
Part of my day, I tend to like to try and get out there into the public as well, being man of the people. I like to share everything I've learned, and it's a case of trying to wake people up. I only wish I had people like me around to wake me up long before I wake myself up, but I didn't. So I imagine people are really grateful once they hear what I've got to say.
Oh, right. Okay, so you only target people who could be manipulated into believing the Earth is flat. No.
But this is always quite a good spot. You get some tourists around, some locals, and you know, there's nothing more rewarding than going up to someone when they're minding their own business and just saying, "Here's what I think about everything."
Oh, come on, seriously, mate. These guys are just trying to get on with their lives. They don't want to know about flat Earth. They don't want to know about conspiracies. Just leave it. Go online and fool people that way, just like the other Papa Fleurs did. What the fuck?
I don't want to say I'm a targeted individual, but I'm probably on some sort of target board somewhere in the head office of the global elite, where they all sit round talking about me.
I wouldn't worry about that, Brian. All flat earthers have got a target on their back.
I imagine entities a bit like maybe Shredder from Turtles or something like that. That's how I like to fantasise about it. That way I really feel like I've got a powerful enemy that I'm fighting. And again, if you're trying to market something, it's good to give people a bit of perspective and nostalgia for their childhood when they think they're effectively a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
What the hell are you going on about? But saying that, Michelangelo was my favourite.
Let's just say that all the powers and the forces at work, they're not all human. I believe we were visited by a race of shape-shifting aliens years ago, centuries ago, decades ago even. And they've basically been here ever since, living amongst us, controlling everything we do.
Wait a minute. The aliens are here? Why didn't you tell me this? Oh, I know why. The government. They're lying to us, aren't they? Duh.
You know, I'm not having it. They didn't reckon about me, did they? They were like, we can enslave the entire population of the human race. But they underestimated me, you know, with my special knowledge. I'm their worst nightmare, effectively. I'm the one that could throw a complete spanner in their works. I'm basically the one that can save the world.
Did you hear that? He can save the world. He has all the knowledge and he's going to throw a spanner in the works. Yeah, maybe bring up the evidence and you can change my mind. So next up, he's at the beach and he's waiting patiently for the member of the public to come his way. He's going to throw some questions at him about the flat earth.
Right, let's see if we can get hold of a member of the public to share my knowledge with. He looks like a laugh. Excuse me, mate. Hi, how you doing? Can I just ask you a question?
Yeah, he might sound like a laugh, but you just pulled him over to talk about the flat earth. So what's your question?
Yeah, sure.
Have you ever heard anyone talking about the flat earth theory before?
Kind of, but
No?
don't really. Yeah, what's this for?
They did a documentary about me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I've got special knowledge, and I know I probably I don't want to assume, but you probably haven't.
Whoa. That's like a knife to the heart there. How can you assume he's got no knowledge? I mean, I know you got all the knowledge and you're going to change the world forever with everything you know about the flat earth, but let's give the guy a chance.
Do you watch YouTube at all?
A little bit, yeah. I do watch YouTube, yeah.
So you've got access to the evidence?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, everyone watches YouTube, but I can guarantee there'll be no evidence of the flat earth on there.
So, have you ever seen anything about people believing in the flat earth theories and stuff
I've
like that?
never watched one, no. It seems a bit wild, a bit crazy.
You're not wrong there. It's not just the flat earth that's crazy, it's the flat earthers themselves that are crazy.
You haven't entertained the idea that we could all be wrong, or you lot could all be wrong. I mean, I don't want to say I'm a hero, but that's kind of how a lot of people see me. So,
Right.
yeah, do you think there's anything to it at all, or I'm just trying to work out how much I need to convince you of?
I mean, it'd take a lot to convince me that the Earth is flat.
The only way you can convince me is if you have a model that can explain the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. I'll wait.
Luckily, we can do a quick experiment right now, actually. So we're just gonna, if you hold that, this is a level, yeah? Right.
Why the fuck has he got a spirit level?
Scientists will believe, or have you believe, that we're living on a spinning ball,
Yeah.
that's going at 1,000 miles an hour, and the water's sticking to it.
Yeah.
But as everyone knows, water always finds its level, and a way that I can prove that, this is literally an object called but if you didn't know, this is called a level.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know it's a level. Now come on, show the poor man the fucking experiment.
If you see the flat horizon,
Yeah.
and we marry that up, and I adjust it to fit what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
I'd say that that's proof, don't you?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You know what? I'm starting to feel sorry for this guy. He was minding his own business, getting on with his life, and he gets stopped by a flat earther with a fucking spirit level. Brian, come on. Do better. Okay, now let's jump back to the conversation he's having with the physicist. And he's about to show his evidence. Strap in.
I do my own research. Like all the things that I know about science, I've literally gone out there myself and done an experiment to prove that. What about your knowledge have you actually researched yourself, or is it sort of mainstream books and education?
Now that's a silly question. He's a physicist. Of course, he's been educated. He reads books. He's written his own books. That's silly. And you're talking about experiments. You have a spirit level at the ocean, and I can bet that he would do a water thing on a basketball or something. You watch. There'll be some sort of ball, and he'll pour water on it. I can just see it happening, because that's all what Flurfs have got. Down the beach, sea letters level, and the basketball with water. That's all they got.
Well, I'm not an experimental physicist or anything like that. I'm a theoretical physicist.
Well, yeah.
But, well, explain why you think your theory of the Earth being flat is valid.
Yeah, Brian, explain to the physicist how you think that your theory of the world being flat is valid.
I've done my own research. So, first of all, there's just some fundamental things that don't work on a flat Earth. Is that right? Yeah, fair enough. Fair to say. Like mainstream science. No offense.
Yeah, Brian, you're right. Nothing works on a flat Earth.
Everyone knows that water finds its level. Yeah. If you put water in a cup, it becomes a cup. Put water into a teapot, it becomes a teapot. Put water into a bowl, it becomes a bowl.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
Right. Okay. Carry on.
And I like to go out there and really sort of, yeah, here's one that I've done. It was just sort of, so you know how people think that we're on a spinning ball and
Yes.
water can stick to it. It's mental.
Yeah, I'm confused as well. But look, he's about to show him his experiments. So let's see if I was right. Let's see if it is the basketball with water. It's got to be. It can't be the spirit level thing, because he's not by the ocean.
I've proven that water can't stick to a ball. You know, you put water into a cup and so on. Have a look at this, right?
Just you watch. It's going to be water poured over the basketball. Just wait for it.
This is again another easy experiment. So, globetoads will tell you that we're on a spinning ball and water sticks to it. You know, it's like a religion, isn't it, I suppose? But how do you disprove it? Very simply.
I told you.
I've got what's a fair, accurate interpretation of the globe. So, this melon represents the globe, as it should, why wouldn't it?
Yeah, we don't want to be there too, but thanks for taking one for the team. We really do appreciate it.
It's pretty like for like, I'd say. Nothing different about it. Because gravity is still only a theory, so they reckon that we have water sticking all around us, as we previously talked about. That's why it's called sea level, because water always finds its level.
Well, go on then. Get on with it.
This is what happens when you do pour water on melons.
All right, well, that's me. I'm convinced. The Earth is flat. You got me there.
As you can see, most of it ended up on the floor. A little bit on me, but it's the sort of price I'm willing to pay for all the sciences.
Brian, listen. You can't do that experiment whilst you are on the Earth. You know it wouldn't work. That's why you think your argument is valid.
Yeah, that's the kind of experiment I do. I don't know if you're familiar with any of those sorts of things.
But that's just you pouring water on a melon.
Yeah.
That doesn't simulate the planet Earth in space.
Well, I know, because the planet's not a globe.
At this point, you can tell the physicist has had enough.
I've made a few friends in this, not quite as many as I've lost, admittedly, but, you know, they're all right. Like, there's other flat earthers, but I don't really necessarily think of them as friends, more people who are in awe of me. But there's a couple of the guys, they, just like I've got my YouTube channel, they've got their own YouTube channels doing what you call science, but I call pseudoscience for obvious reasons.
Yeah, Brian, they're pseudoscience to you. But if you do go on YouTube and you watch these such channels that you are referencing, like FTFE, MC Toon, Conspiracy Cats, Simon Dan, they're very educational. I'd recommend those channels to you to watch. You might learn something.
I'm regularly in touch with a few of them. It's good to get on there and debate and just sort of, you know, if the great thing about a debate is if you've got thick enough skin, you can refute any fact. You know, whatever they come at you with, I'm just like, you're wrong.
Yeah, Brian, again, personal incredulity. Do you know what? I would pay to watch you debate. I really would, because you don't know nothing. All you've got is a melon and water and a spirit level. I would love to see you take on FTFE or even MC Toon. I would pay to watch that. Okay, now Brian has said what he wanted to say and shown his evidence, but now the physicist wants to teach him about the scientific method. Oh, this is going to be good.
Let me explain how science works. So a scientist will have an idea called a hypothesis, and he'll want to test that, or she will want to test that hypothesis. And then they will come up with an experiment to look for data, to test the hypothesis, to look for predictions that are made by that hypothesis. And when they've got enough evidence, enough data, they'll publish the results in a scientific journal. And then that scientific paper will be reviewed by thousands and thousands of scientists all over the globe. And they will be checking for evidence, and they'll be looking for flaws. And they'll be trying to disprove the hypothesis. That's the scientific method. And if they can't disprove it, and if all the evidence agrees with the hypothesis, it then becomes a theory, or scientific fact, if you like. And that can take years and years and years of testing and testing and testing. And then eventually, scientific consensus is reached. And that's the scientific method.
Honestly, I think that just went through one ear and straight out the other. I don't think he was paying attention. Brian, that is the scientific method.
Sorry, in case I missed it, have you done your own research or not?
Yes, Brian, he has done his own research.
You can see every now and again, you plant a seed in someone's head, usually somebody a bit vulnerable, maybe they've just gone through some sort of trauma in their life. You can really pinpoint that and find a way to get into their imagination and just, you know, penetrate that, like that mindset. And you know, I've seen once proud people, like proud, strong, with it, got their life together, sorts of people that as soon as they get into this, everything changes for them.
So with the flat earthers, right, they will always target people who can be easily manipulated. So they don't really think for themselves, and half the time they're conspiracy theorists anyway. So they'll believe anything. All it takes is for one flat earther, or even a few flat earthers, to change the mind of someone who is not really quite there in their mindset and just needs to be led the right way to know the reality and the truth of the planet that we live on. Flat earthers do this. They do this and they harm people and get them into their beliefs, their reasonings for believing that the earth is flat. That's it.
The point is, look, we're not talking about just a little bit of an experiment. We're talking about years and years of experimental evidence. And you've got to have years of experimental evidence with other people checking your work to see if it makes sense, and if they can reproduce those results, and if the theory is predicting those results. You're just pouring water on a melon.
The physicist is absolutely correct here. He just poured water on a melon. It's such a bad experiment to prove that we live on a flat plane or whatever the fuck they want us to call it. But look, we've known that the Earth has been round for over 2,500 years. We've been to space. If you don't know about the blue marble picture, it was taken by a Hasselblad camera. I'm going to show it on the screen now. This was from 1972, and this was taken whilst they were on their way to the moon.
Have those people done their own research?
Yes.
Brian, yes, they have.
I've actually got a debate coming up tomorrow night with a guy called FTFE, Fight the Flat Earth, moderated by a guy called McToon.
Ah, so you're debating a good friend of mine, FTFE. Well, you better bring your evidence, because he will destroy you. Yeah? That flat earth evidence, bring it along, because I'll tell you what, it's going to be a tough time for you.
Funnily enough, that's McToon calling now, just to make sure we're all ready for the debate we've got coming up. So. Hello, mate.
Hey, Brian.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm calling to remind you to make sure that we're ready for the debate that I'm hosting between you and Craig, FTFE.
Yep, cool. I'm all ready for Saturday. No problem.
No, it's tomorrow, Friday.
Saturday. No, you always do this. You always pretend that you got the days wrong, and it's like that's just it's their way of getting out of it. But you know.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Look at all right. I just read the DM. That's why I'm calling you. So it's tomorrow. Can you do it tomorrow, or do we have to reschedule?
Come on, Brian. You knew it was Friday. Don't do that. You're trying to think that if you moved it to Saturday on the sly, you'd think that FTFE would be busy. Thing about FTFE is he loves to debate. So even if you did push it to Saturday, he will be there to destroy you. Like I said, bring that flat earth evidence.
I can do whenever you need me to do it. I mean, I don't need to. I'm not bothered about, when I destroy you guys. It's just a case of it's going to happen either way. So, I'll do it. We'll do it both tomorrow and Saturday if you want. But
It's okay.
Yeah, just know that once again, this is them kind of, trick me and stuff like that. But they do this. They go online and they're like, they forgot the wrong day. These flirts can't, and flirf is it's a term I don't know how I feel about, but we'll leave it.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Friday was the day you were meant to do it, but then bitched because you thought it was a Saturday when from the DMs it was a Friday. And now you're saying it doesn't matter what day you do it, Friday or Saturday or both, it's okay now. It's still good. Like, why did you complain before? What was the reason for that? Oh, I guess you're doing a documentary and you got to make it seem like the Globies are the bad people here that like to reschedule stuff and move shit around. No. Like I said, when it comes to FTFE and McToon and all the others out there who debate Flat Earth, they don't care what day it is. If you have to move the date, then they will make sure that they are free for it. And once again, Brian, Flat Earth evidence.
You're good with Flare?
Yeah, I can. I mean, we can say it's one of them, in it, but like other sort of,
Oh, you can call yourself a Flare, but other people can't call you a Flare? Is that your... okay.
Yeah, I like the term flirf because when you guys talk, it's so much derp.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's 10 o'clock your time tomorrow.
Saturday. What's today?
You said you could change it, so...
Okay, well, is that...
DM, it's tomorrow, 10 o'clock. I need to hear 10 o'clock, because last
10
time
o'clock.
you also got the date wrong.
Now, at this point, I think Brian is really trying to get out of it. He knows it's Friday at 10 p.m. his time. He knows. They've all agreed to it. And now he's given it the whole Saturday. No. Brian, you are not getting out of this. You will be taken on FTFE and you will be ripped another arsehole. That's just the way it's going to be.
10 o'clock
And the time.
tomorrow.
Like your time. Yep.
Our time. Or your time.
Yeah. Not my time, your time. All good.
Okay.
10 o'clock.
Okay, and Craig's okay. You know, he's going to bring a pillow because when he gets butt hurt again.
In case he falls asleep.
Oh, McToon, you make me laugh so much. Yeah. He's going to get that pillow so he can fall asleep for fucking sure. Listen, Brian, okay? Don't confuse things. It's 10 p.m. on Friday against FTFE. Remember that. You better fucking turn up.
Well, that was a one-off. That was a one-off. He was tired. Is the reason he gave. So.
That's a one-off. All right, perfect.
Cool.
Yes. We'll be sure to have a pillow in case we fall asleep. But yeah, tomorrow, 10 o'clock. All right, we'll see you there.
All right, buddy. See you soon.
All right, we'll see you.
Ta-da.
Bye.
Honestly, I don't think Brian's going to turn up. According to the conversation, they've already debated before. So I think he destroyed him last time, and now confusing the days with MC Toon, I think that's his way of, dodging the debate. Yeah, well done, Brian.
They're lovely fellas, some of these. So, in spite of us not seeing science the same, I can get along with them. You see, we've got a bit of a relationship where there's a mutual respect there. I think it's respect anyway.
Well, yeah, you see, that's the thing. Us Globies have respect. When we debate, we do have respect. Sometimes we can lose our shit when you just won't listen or you overtalk us and we don't get a word in edgeways. Have you ever debated a flat earther? I have. I've debated many flat earthers, and all they do is scream, shout, and just call you retards all the time. Oh, and they do that very, very special thing they love to do. What is it called? Oh, yeah. Mute people. Okay, so let's jump back to the conversation he's having with the physicist.
How do you explain how the tides work?
Well, this isn't my field, but it's quite a well-known process how tides work because the Earth is spinning.
I know how tides, yeah.
And at the same time, the moon, which revolves around the Earth, has a gravitational pull.
I do have empathy, as you know, but that's where, and with all due respect, it's the education system's fault. It's not yours. Space isn't real.
Space isn't real.
No.
What do you mean?
You've seen Star Trek, yeah?
So the physicist gives him a lesson about how the tides work. And then he goes straight on to saying how space is fake. And then brings up an example of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, so effectively what they learnt from Star Trek was that they can convince people there is such a thing called space. I know, mental, innit? But really, we live in a confined container on a flat plane. So none of the heebie-jeebie voodoo stuff you've seen on Star Trek, Star Wars, same thing.
But then what's outside the container?
That's a great question. And yeah, I want to know what's outside the container as well. In fact, Flurfs bang on about this all the time, that there is containment. But they've not yet proved it. So where's the evidence?
Who knows? That's the beauty of
Well, we all do know space is space-time,
okay,
actually.
So you can't answer that one.
Brian, when it's nighttime and you look up to the sky, that is space. Whatever he is selling, do not buy it.
This is my friend Rosie. She's my special friend. Not special
Hiya.
friend. Not special. Well, most women are special in their own sort of. I'm going to get this away.
Yeah, you go on through to the kitchen.
Awkward.
How you been, you alright?
Yeah, I've been very well, thanks. What about you?
Well, you know, just the usual, bit of truth in.
Yeah, and when Brian means the usual, it means he's flirting around. Even the cat don't want to know about Flat Earth.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Do you have a chopping board? I'll get the lunch on.
Oh, hold on. If it's meat, use this one. Because it's raw meat.
What's the difference? It's still
Raw
still chopping
chicken.
it though.
No, raw chicken, different board.
I like to let it, yeah. I'll do that. Anyway. So, yeah. Have you got a knife?
Yep.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, fantastic.
Here you go.
Cheers. Like that one, that's quite nice and sort of flat, isn't it?
This is so awkward. Even the cat is hiding behind the fucking door, saving itself from fucking Flat Earth. I love the little comment at the end though with the knife. Look, nice and flat. I'll give it to him there. That was quite funny. That was quite humorous. But the Earth is not flat. Cat, save yourself.
I had a date recently.
How did that go? I was going to ask.
It started off well.
Yeah.
It did. It started off well.
Was she nice?
She was lovely. It was all going well, and then I mentioned the shape of the Earth, and she was a bit taken back by why, you know. But I do understand she's not ready.
Yeah, so that's expected. You meet a girl for the first time, and you know, halfway through your date, you like to mention that the Earth is flat. That would scare any woman off. Look, Brian, if you're going out on a date, don't mention you're a flat earther.
And it's not really. I'm not one to try and dictate in a relationship.
Well, it's funny you say that you don't want to dictate in a relationship, but that's what flat earthers do when they debate. Just saying.
I'm not like, you know, eventually of course I'll dictate.
Yeah.
But at first I've got to accept that somebody might think something different to me. But that's just part of getting on with people in life, isn't it, I suppose? Wait,
so you don't want to dictate in a relationship, but you will soon to be dictating in a relationship when you're in a relationship? Brian, what? You don't make sense. I give up.
That goes there. There we go.
Wait, what the fuck just happened?
How long have you known Brian for, and how did you two meet?
Yeah, how did you two meet?
I've actually known him since he was a little kid because I was good friends with his dad, who very sadly passed away when Brian was in his early 20s.
What do you think of all the stuff that he believes in?
Oh, I mean, it's bonkers, isn't it? I kind of, you know, I nod along. I don't want to undermine Brian, but I just tune it out, you know.
I mean, come on, I do sympathise. Him losing his dad at such a young age, in his early 20s. You know, rest in peace, Brian's dad. But I've got to agree still with Rosie. Believing that the Earth is flat is bizarre, is bonkers.
Brian seems to think you rely on him to look after you. Is that the case?
Oh, I'm really happy if he thinks that, if it makes him feel needed. That's lovely. But it's kind of the other way around. You know, Brian's been ill for a long time, and he was in a bad way after his dad died, and I promised that I'd always be around and keep an eye on him. Brian's suffered from chronic depression for several years, and there's been times when we've all been really worried about him. All his friends seem to think he's a joke, and his brothers, I think, resent the amount of time that he spent with his dad and how much his dad cared for him. But in a funny way, all this conspiracy stuff seems to have kind of breathed new life into him, almost given him some kind of purpose in a way, because really it was so sad to see all that potential go to waste.
So here, yes, I agree with Rosie. There's like potential has gone to waste. I sympathise that he has not been well. He suffered with bad depression after losing his dad, and this is the example that I can give. That when it comes to flat Earth, when you are in your mind state of being vulnerable, and you can be manipulated, like I said before, then any conspiracy out there can draw you in. And unfortunately, Flat Earth, I believe, is the one conspiracy that can get other people hooked if they are just not quite there with reality. Okay, so let's jump back to the conversation he's having with the physicist.
Flight paths. Why? Like, so if the Earth was a globe,
Yeah.
flights would be able to just go anywhere around it, wouldn't they? Like, they would just sort of spin wherever they feel like it. Like, you wouldn't really have to even coordinate it. But because of the flat Earth, you have to have all these, like, special units, like airports, if you will.
Yes, Brian. When you want to travel around the world, you have to go to an airport. I don't get what you're saying here. What?
That are together communicating to make sure they don't collide, and that's what they do on the flat plane. It's vital. If it was a globe, we wouldn't need all this. We wouldn't need.
Why wouldn't you need it on a globe? You've still got the same issue about you can't have planes colliding.
You'd have a lot more space, and then you could just sort of, if you thought you were going to crash, you could just keep going and going. It's like circling the block.
Yeah, but the Earth's a very big planet. It would take you a very long time to go around it. So they want to save fuel. They don't want to.
We've established it's not a planet as we think, though, wouldn't we? So
well, no, you've said that, but you know, the Earth is a globe, and you can't just fly all the way around it until you land. You've got to go from A to B in the shortest possible journey. I don't see how your theory about aeroplanes really proves it's.
Sounds mental, I know, but it's not.
So at this point, Brian is talking about flight paths, and he's not really doing a good job about it. We all know that on the flat Earth, if flight paths in the southern hemisphere on their model, if they claim to have one, like some do, it doesn't work. It really doesn't work. His argument here, I don't think it's his strong part. It's not strong for him. So I think he's sort of just, you know, going with it. So we're coming to the end of the video now, and Brian's friend Rosie has something to say. Now, we could actually get a reason to why Brian is who he is and why he thinks the Earth is flat.
Was there one particular thing that caused Brian to become this way, do you think?
Yes. He lost the love of his life.
Brian, you may be a flat earther, but deep down, I know you're a good guy, and I hope one day the truth will set you free. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and maybe drop me a comment as well. I've been Danny Turner, and thank you so much for joining me. Cheerio.
Yeah. Let the good times roll. Let it roll, let it roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Yeah. Let the good times roll. Let it roll, let it roll. Let the good times roll.